What if I told you the greatest quarterback of this generation was once doubted? That a kid with a baseball background, an unconventional playstyle, and a reckless arm would one day change the NFL forever? Patrick Mahomes wasn't supposed to be this good. Too raw, too risky, too different. But today, he's rewriting history, breaking records, and making plays that don't even seem humanly possible. From an underrated college gunslinger to a two-time Super Bowl MVP and a $500 million face of the NFL, this is the story of Patrick Mahomes. How did he go from being doubted to becoming the most electrifying quarterback the game has ever seen? Stay with us, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why Mahomes isn't just great. He's redefining greatness. Before he became the face of the NFL, before the Super Bowl rings and the MVP trophies, Patrick Mahomes was just a kid from Tyler, Texas, destined for greatness before he even knew it. Born on September 17, 1995, Patrick Mahomes was raised in a world of sports. His father, Pat Mahomes Sr., wasn't just any dad. He was a Major League Baseball pitcher, competing at the highest level for teams like the Minnesota Twins and New York Mets. Young Patrick grew up in locker rooms, surrounded by professional athletes, watching how champions carried themselves. Baseball wasn't just in his blood, it was in his daily life. Watching his father command the mound, Patrick learned about discipline, work ethic, and what it meant to perform under pressure. But while baseball was his first love, it wasn't his only passion. Unlike most kids, Mahomes didn't limit himself to one sport. He excelled in baseball, basketball, and football, each shaping a different part of his game. Baseball gave him his cannon-like arm and lightning-fast decision-making. Basketball sharpened his agility, footwork, and vision. And football, that's where he found his true calling. Even as a teenager, Mahomes' arm strength was ridiculous. He could throw a football like a baseball pitcher, fast, precise, and off-platform. But despite his raw talent, few people believed he could become an NFL superstar. They saw him as an athlete, not a quarterback. But Mahomes was just getting started. High school would test his abilities, and college, that's where he would prove everyone wrong. In Texas, high school football isn't just a game, it's a way of life. And at White House High School, a young Patrick Mahomes wasn't just playing the game, he was redefining it. With an arm that could launch a football 60 yards with a flick of the wrist, Mahomes quickly became a standout. But here's the crazy part, football wasn't even his first choice. Growing up in a baseball family, Mahomes was a dominant pitcher. Scouts believed he had a future in Major League Baseball, and for a while, so did he. But there was one problem. His heart belonged to football. The Friday night lights, the adrenaline, the challenge. Football gave him something baseball couldn't. By his senior year, Mahomes had thrown for over 4,600 yards and 50 touchdowns, proving he wasn't just an athlete, he was a quarterback. Despite his insane stats, Mahomes wasn't heavily recruited. He wasn't a five-star prospect. But one school saw his potential, Texas Tech. Under coach Cliff Kingsbury, Mahomes found the perfect system to unleash his creativity. At Texas Tech, Mahomes did what he does best. He dominated. In his junior year, he threw for a mind-blowing 5,052 yards and 41 touchdowns, including an unforgettable game against Oklahoma, where he racked up 819 total yards, an NCAA record. But there was a problem. NFL scouts weren't convinced. They called him a system quarterback. They said the air raid offense inflated his stats. Some even doubted if his gunslinger style would work in the NFL. Despite the doubters, Mahomes bet on himself. He declared for the 2017 NFL Draft, knowing he'd have to prove everyone wrong once again. But one man saw something special, Andy Reid. The Kansas City Chiefs believed in Mahomes so much that they traded up to the 10th overall pick to get him. They weren't just drafting a quarterback, they were betting on the future of their franchise. When the Chiefs called Mahomes' name, the world was shocked. Why trade up for a project quarterback? But Reid had a plan, and it started with patience. Unlike most top 10 picks, Mahomes didn't start right away. He spent his entire rookie year learning from veteran Alex Smith, studying Andy Reid's playbook, and preparing for the moment he'd get his shot. So in the 2018 offseason, they made a bold move, trading away veteran Alex Smith and handing the keys to a 22-year-old gunslinger with limitless potential. In just 16 games, Mahomes put up video game numbers, 5,097 passing yards and 50 touchdowns. He joined Peyton Manning as only the second QB in history to throw 50-plus touchdowns and 5,000 yards in a single season. But it wasn't just the stats, it was how he did it. No-look passes, left-handed throws, off-platform bombs. Every week he did something that made fans question reality. Defenses tried to stop him, but nothing worked. The Chiefs stormed to a 12-4 record, securing the AFC's number one seed. And at the end of the season, there was no debate. Mahomes was the 2018 NFL MVP. But greatness comes with challenges, and Mahomes' first real test? Tom Brady and the New England Patriots in the AFC Championship game. At first, the moment seemed too big. The Chiefs fell behind early, but in the second half, Mahomes did what Mahomes does. He fought back. The Chiefs were one stop away from the Super Bowl,